Good morning, Silvia.
Good morning, Amara.
Very nice to see you, very nice to talk to you. And for the audience, I'm talking with Silvia Bender from Germany. She is the head of the Department of Education in the German Association for Psychomotricity. So I'm really happy to ask you some questions, Silvia.
Yes, me too. Hope we will have an interesting communication.
And the question that would interest, I think, many people is, what is psychomotricity and special for you?
Yes, it's a difficult question, I think, because the answers might be complex. But basically, for me, psychomotricity is a combination of movement, play, and dialogue. So, movement as the basis of establishing and shaping relationship, as a basis of discovering the world, and as a basis for perceiving oneself in the world. Then play as a way to express oneself, especially in childhood, to process emotions through the play, or to put oneself in other roles. And finally, it's dialogue is I think it's very important, because without dialogue, attentive accompaniment and being integrated into social relationships, there no basis can develop on which a child can trust itself to enter the world of its own.
Okay. As you know, we focus on educational psychomotricity and on therapeutic psychomotricity. What is your view on that?
Yeah, for myself, I'm a speech therapist, and I often see my therapeutic interventions as a bridge to enable children to get involved in educational processes. So therapeutic interventions are first, and to make the children comfortable to get in educational skills.
Okay. And now, can you give a few examples of how this plays and everything is shows up for you in psychomotor skills?
Yeah, maybe it's good to illustrate this with some nice photos. I will open my my view. Can you see it?
No.
No. I also I have to close it again. I have to change my screen with you. I have to, yes, not change to. Oh, I am not so comfortable in English, you see. But now I hope you can see it.
Yes, now we can see it. Great.
Okay. So when you see here are two children are moving in their world. They are doing it voluntarily. In psychomotricity, we provide the children with space and materials so they can get moving according to their possibilities, according to their pace. They climb, slide, jump, and other things, and expand their physical experience in this process. So they can make also their own decisions of risk and can experience themselves as effective and need nobody's help in that constellation.
The pictures look really nice.
Yes, they are. You see the pictures, and they're very focused on their own doing. They are. I think when we look in the faces of the children, you can see how focused, how motivated they are to do the things they do in this moment.
Yes, the whole body is involved.
Yes.
And does that require special materials or spaces? What can children experience in dealing with these experiments?
Yes, I show you some more pictures. Here are some more pictures So you see, it doesn't take special rooms, but it takes environment that allows experiential learning for the children. For example, outdoors, living room, or a staircase. Or you can see the boys who were focused on building a high construction by climbing a little desk, or how focused is the girl with stepping some pieces into the material.
Yeah.
So children look for and find their challenges if you let them. And so they can experience with physical conditions, repeat things very often. They can make their own mistakes and partly correct themselves.
So building this tower, I think they can do it at home now while we have the lockdown or
Yeah.
whatever. So they can do that at home and they can experiment, right?
Yes, they can. Yeah, they can do these experiences where they find it. And if it is possible for children to find the possibilities to do such things, they do it and repeat it in their own way.
Aha. So you let them make their mistakes, and this is okay.
Yes, it's a very exciting question because it leads to another point of psychomotricity, the dialogue with the child. I show you something like that. Here is no adult in the picture, but in psychomotricity, it is fundamental to always be in an attentive dialogue with the child. So if we succeed in this, we can feel, see, and sense when it is necessary to support the child, and when we can trust that the child, perhaps with a little frustration, can solve the problems on his own resource. And it's needful for us as adults to be in contact with the children, not to support them in building a spider home, or to make experiences with the board, but being together with him. Maybe an example, when you are, it's for my own. I have learned it by my own. I would like to fix a board on the wall of my home, and I take the machine to do this, and it doesn't work. So I look what I have done wrong, and somebody said to me, my husband said to me, "Oh, you haven't looked for the right thing you can do this with." And he said, "Just let me take it. I will do it for you." And so I said, "No, I will do it by myself. Show me how I can do it." And when I was ready with the doing, the board was a little bit, it was not so good. But I was very proud that I have done it by myself. Next time, when I take a board on the wall, I will do it better. But I will not learn it when somebody does it for me. And so you can see that also the children learn it by doing by themselves, making their own mistakes. And we have to look when they needed help, when they are not able to go forward in their ideas.
Ah, okay. But Silvia, what you said is always already how to deal with adults in psychomotricity, and maybe how to work with handicapped people in psychomotricity. Is it like this? You were telling about yourself. Is that the way you can deal with handicapped people, or with elderly people, anyway, with adult people too?
Yes, I think with this attitude, you can handle with every people, with every we are in our human being. We are needful that there is somebody who looks at us and supports us when we need the support.
So what you said is psychomotricity is also a special attitude. I think that's important to
Yes.
to focus on that and to say that, point that out very clearly. But I have another question. do children do this all by themselves always? Or is that question already answered by you now?
No, I don't think they do that always by themselves. Here is also some people to do their own risk. Children need to play and they need to have the opportunity to do something. And they learn from us when we are a model of some opinions we give them. They learn how adults deal with the other. They learn how adults solve problems and how adults deal with feelings. And children have a drive to their own, but they also need constant stimulation from us, either as models or by developing and playing ideas and games together with them. So look at these photos. Children like to go in their own games, in their own situation, to come to self-regulation or to solve conflicts, and they need us to learn by us as a model how to do this, how they can solve problems, or how to can express their emotions which are in them. Children's play is a central theme in psychomotor, where they also need us as companions, especially when it comes to working through inner processes that are connected with feelings and some feelings they can't understand why they have the feelings. Maybe, for example, I was in a group with children at the time from 9/11, and in the psychomotor room, the children played falling from a tower, and they played it every time. They played it for 3 or 4 weeks, and it was very hard for me to see the game of the children, to fall from a tower. And then, but they solved the problem to fall into water. They made matte. I don't know the English word. Yes, they put it under the tower and fall on that. And I was in the room, and I often say, okay, you are good. You are good. You are on life. So the children can express what they have seen on the screen and what they have felt by the adults. The adults were felt very uncomfortable, and children can't fix it, and so they show it in their expression in the psychomotor room.
That's very interesting what you said. So they solved their fear by falling into the water and surviving.
Yes.
Great. That's body wisdom, and that's whole body wisdom. I think, yeah.
Yes, and you asked what adults had to do. I think it was very necessary for the children that I was also in the room and go along with them in their expressions.
Yes. So that was my last question. So what adults have to do, but is that answered, or do you want to add something to this?
Yes, I have also some nice pictures which can express this. First, they had to offer the children a secure basis, a trusting relationship, and then they naturally shaped their framework of the offering, which means the professional knows a lot about children development and the particular needs of the individual child. But moreover, the accompaniment is actively attentive. It allows the child's time, support, and motivated it by speaking, accept the child's independence and the child's need. And so we can close when it became dangerous. We can give structure and safety and follow the child ideas and time to do something. And you see in these pictures, the dad, it's a father of the little boy, is in the ideas of his son and gave him the room with his body to make their own experience. And the same is with the colleague of the girl who make experience by climbing.
Yeah.
To be on the side,
Yes.
but not to hold the children.
Yes. To save the to make them, to support them to be safe. And the father, I think it was a great mirroring picture for me. Yes. So this this
it is,
father, he was mirroring the son's, the mirror of the body expression. And I think that's a very good picture to show that it's not about telling the child what to do and telling it's right or wrong, but being.
Being, yes.
Yeah. So you have, yeah.
And he is in a high attention and looking what the boy is looking on.
Yes, yes. They look at the same, in the same direction. And that, for me also, this is metaphorical for life, to look to the same direction.
Look in the same direction.
That's the same direction. So, and this is how support should be. I think
here are also some pictures where the adults look in the same direction and being in contact with.
Sorry, one moment. Can you open your mic? Sorry, I have closed it. Unfortunately, that was, yeah.
That's a technical way. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Maybe I hear you see the adults also look in the same direction as the children, at the children's interest, or to look what's in the face, to see what is in the face of the child, and in this attitude that needs the child in his needs and accept the needs of the child and give the child opportunities for self-efficacy, that gives the child space for voluntary initiatives, and that can build up the child's strengths and seeks less to eliminate the weakness of the child. And the faces and the sound of us are a great help and orientation for the children.
Silvia, this is great to see. Unfortunately, our time is over.
Oh, that's
could you please give us back to the screen?
I give you back. So we can talk a long time about psychomotricity, I think.
Yes, we can do that, I think, for days.
Yes, of course. Now you have some sprinkles of the sun in your face, and maybe that is a good sign to have a good day this day.
Yes, thank you very much, and a good day for you, and a good day for everyone who listens here to Silvia. And it was very interesting. It was clearing, for me, it was clarifying a few things about psychomotricity, as much as you could do in this short time. Thank you very much, and see you in another lecture.
Thanks, Amara.